I'm Bumban. Nice to meet you. If you're new, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back, crew love. Good to have you. Today we're going to talk about when I went to Seoul, Korea for fun. So to start that off, I'm in a K-pop group, a black K-pop group, and there was a couple of us that were like, you know what? We should just go. We should just link up and go see what Korea is all about. See this concert that was getting ready to happen over there. And let's just link and go. Let's do it. Let's go. So it ended up being me and was it 7 or 8 of us? I can't remember. The pictures will show. And we just ended up linking and meeting up on the other side of the world and having the most amazing time that we still talk about regularly to this day. So we went in 2018, and mind you, we didn't, for the most part, most of us didn't know each other outside of the Facebook group that we were in. All we knew is that we love K-pop, we want to travel, we're all in the process of learning Korean and learning about the culture and all of that, the aspects of that, and that we all just wanted to go. So we did. I literally got on the plane not knowing these girls from a can of paint, and now they're all my sisters. Like, we love each other so much. Meet your internet friends. That's one. Okay. So I'll do like a breakdown of everything else as well, but I'm just gonna do them in segments because there's so much to go over. It was so cool, you guys. You don't? Okay. So we were at, I tried to figure out what it was. For the life of me, I cannot remember. It was some sort of museum situation, like a K-pop / K-drama something. And when we first got there was a line of young girls outside waiting for somebody to come in. And it looked like they were doing like a meet and greet situation. And it turns out, I think it was Icon. I'm pretty sure it was Icon. I had to double check with one of my girlfriends, and she said that she definitely thinks that it was Icon. Another one said they thought it was 17, but there wasn't like a whole bunch of them. We know how big 17 is, so it probably was Icon. So they were there doing a meet and greet, and they were like on one side of the museum and we were on the other side. Like, you know, it's a big building, and so we can see them over there. And the fans were sitting in front of them and they were like talking to them, so that was cool. I wasn't familiar with Icon at the time. I'm still not full-blown familiar with them, except for Love Scenario. That's them, right? I love that song, by the way. And then so we're sitting there, we're doing our thing, we're looking at the exhibitions. Yeah, the exhibitions. And I look over because one of my girlfriends, Coco, was like, damn, her makeup is on point. So I look over and I'm like, oh, it sure is. Oh, she is did today. And then I look over again and I'm like, bitch, no, that's BM. That's Big Matthew. Girl, that's Big Matthew. So then at that point, they all hear me starting to like get excited and be like, yo, that is Card right now, just right in front of me, just walking by. And we were all just kind of like geeking. We were like, oh my God, they really just be walking around just in front of your face right here in real time. I'm seeing you in real life. It ain't even 4K no more. It's just, you're just standing right in front of me at this point. So we're over here geeking about it and stuff. And one of our other girlfriends, Ali Soko, she was like, go talk to him, go get a picture, ask for an autograph. And we were like, no, like, no. And she was like, just go do it. It happens all the time. You see them all the time here. Just go walk up to him. So then we go over to the Starbucks, which was across the way. And there was some people that was in there geeking a little bit. And, oh, no. You know, before that, as much as they surprised us, we surprised them as well, because so it's a group of us, right? So it's like 7 or 8 black women, which is already sort of an anomaly in Seoul to begin with. So we're looking at them, we're geeking, and we're like, oh my God, his card. And they look over at us and they're like, oh, it's a group of black girls. Oh, wow. You don't see this every day. So both of us are like looking at each other in like shock and awe, like, oh wow, oh hey, yo, what's good? So you know, we get to take our pictures with them, because they was taking like buku pictures with people, to the point to where BM was like, hey, can we make this like a group photo, because our manager is starting to get like, you know, real antsy. We're supposed to be doing something. This is kind of like an impromptu thing. So we're like, yeah, so we all cried into the picture. So that's this one. Fortunately, Jaseph wasn't there. I think somebody did end up talking to him and asking him like where he was at, and I could swear BM said something along the lines of he wasn't able to be there today. He had a prior engagement or something like that. I'm not sure. But we were able to get that picture with Big Matthew, Jiwoo, and Somin. And Ali Soko, this girl, she didn't know who Card was. She wasn't, you know, familiar with their music the same way that we were at the time. So she was just sitting up there chatting it up, kikiing with Big Matthew, having a full-blown conversation. She was like, oh, so you're a part of a K-pop group? And he was like, yeah, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they were just over there just chatting it up. And girl, I'm not gonna say that I'm jealous, but I'm jealous. I wish I would have had a conversation with him too. But she was like, yeah, no, he was super cool. And the fact that I didn't know who he was made it easier for me to have just like a regular conversation with him, which I can understand that. I can see how that would go, because I would feel the same way with the icon members, because I wasn't, and I'm still not entirely too, you know, familiar with who they are. So just having a regular conversation with them wouldn't feel as wild as it would with like SHINee. So it was really cool just running into them by happenstance, just because Coco so happened to see a girl that was real did up, and then I'm like, oh my God, that's Card. And then we get to, you know, have a quick little photo shoot at Starbucks. It was really cool. So we was pretty geeked for the rest of the day, you know, wondering if we were gonna run into anybody else, because essentially that was 2 idol groups that we just so happened to be in the same spot as. And if you're living in America like I am, I live in Colorado, we're not really seeing celebrities just walking around all the time. But I guess in Korea, you might have a chance of doing that. Same with people who live like in Georgia, that live in Atlanta. They always see superstars walking around, or California or New York. I don't think they get as geeked about it as someone like me, where I'm like, I don't never see nobody. So when I do see somebody, it's like, oh shoot, look at that, it's them, it's the person, it's do you know who you are? You're the guy, or you're the girl. So it was fun. I wouldn't say that I felt like starstruck to where like I couldn't like speak or anything, but it was like, wow, I listen to your music and you're right here, and quite tall. It was quite tall. He did have to bend down to get into the picture with us. So it was cute. And then Somin and Jiwoo were quite small. They were little. I don't know. It was surreal in a way where it was like, damn, y'all really just be out here walking around here too, just like the rest of us, because you live here, but it's just like that fan and celebrity barrier just kind of like came down, because it's like, oh, y'all are just regular people too, hitting up Starbucks for a drink real quick or whatever. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. I was really surprised to just run into them so casually and be like, oh hey, oh hey, nice to see you, nice to meet you. And I think situations like that aren't that rare in Seoul. I feel like it's entirely possible to run into an idol or a trainee or whatever, and you can always tell. And we knew that there was something about them, because I want to say it was Jiwoo that Coco saw, and they're very, very did up, like they're very, have their faces on and hair did, right? In which case, you know, in Korea, they're regular people like you and me, right? So the way that I be out in public, I'll be, you know, something like this, like cute, you know, or whatever, but I'm not like did for the cameras and stuff. So it's the difference between, you know, you walking around downtown somewhere and seeing people looking regular versus there goes Beyonce or there goes Rihanna or whatever. Like, their celebrities look different than the general population, as you would expect, right? So it was very easy to see them when they were coming, because they had that whole glam factor going. They had their entire faces on, right? Which I guess is something that's mandatory for them if they're out and about making some sort of appearance, at least in the beginning. And if they aren't all did up and stuff, and they have a mask on and they're like super low key and have like their low brim hat or whatever, but if they have their faces out, then I guess they have to be, you know, done, because they're representing a brand at that point. So I think that's the case for trainees too as well. So if you see someone that they're like, oh, they're very immaculate, they're painted, their faces are snatched, and their hair is K-poppy, then there's a good chance that is some sort of idol or actor or trainee or what have you, because, you know, regular Korean people will just be walking around like you and me, just like, you know, regular day, regular schmegular. In fact, I was quite underdressed a lot of the times, because they didn't really seem to do like the comfort casual the way that I do, or the way that we do here in America, where we'll walk around in a pair of sweats and a t-shirt, no problem, what's good, throw this in a ponytail or a high bun, poof for me. And over there they were very, you know what, we'll get into the fashion and stuff later, because I felt so underdressed, and I'm like, I'm on vacation and I thought I was cute, and this is y'all just regular day life. So it did encourage me to step up my wardrobe a lot bit, because I'm on vacation and I'm not the cute one. So yeah, that was my experience with meeting Card. It was really random and down to earth, and just the highlight of the visit, just about, because actually getting to interact with them and not having to pay for a high touch or a meet and greet, it was really cool. So yeah, I will share the rest of my stories coming up soon. Look out for that, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.